I am in need. My improvised rope. Useless. No doubt, a nothing of interest. These representations. Poor child. This vampire seems to... She was dressed in a great black sari with a very long belt. I am in need of... I am in... There, I can descend. I don't see anything. This poor chap broke a pike, impaling himself on it. Strange. This... Why, he had some plants in his bag. The same kind that poisoned Mustafa's camels. There. Now. Strange. It seems to me that there is an... It seems to me that there... A small fissure. It seems to me that there is an opening here. My makeshift pick has broken, but I'll keep the wooden stake. It may come in handy at some point. Who knows? You? But what are you doing here?
I was awaiting you, my son. You will certainly need a camel for your return to Cairo.
Thank you, but I did not think anyone would be looking for me. Certainly not you. I thought everyone was scared of this spot. You even said that it was defiled by the darkness.
It is indeed. This spot is the tomb of the High Priest of the Black Man with no face. A bloodthirsty, cannibalistic cult that lived for centuries.
I know that. That is why I have come here. I have been searching for the Demonomicon, supposedly entombed here, but it certainly is no longer in this tomb.
What purpose do you intend for this damnable tome?
I had hopes to the contrary. A young friend of mine in England is in the grasp of a terrible curse. I thought that the only way to save her was to discover in this book the origin of this evil in order to find a remedy. But someone has taken it. Someone whose ardent desire is to use it to a more heinous end. Someone who occasionally accompanies a flock of night birds. But you seem to know a lot about this book and this location.
I am Herodotus of Judah. I am part of a Coptic order, and my mission is that of guardian of sorts. You must know that during the centuries that followed the entombment of the Black Priest in this tomb, which marked the official end of this cursed cult, it was the source of an intense, maleficent aura which rotted the earth around here. Men and women were overcome by homicidal madness. Swarms of insects and amphibians, deformed children, sick livestock, disappearances, and atrocious deaths were the lot of this earth. And this aura extended until the advent of my order. One monk amongst these first servants of Christ, a saint amongst saints. It was his duty to put an end to this nightmare through the strength of his faith. He penetrated the tomb and created a kind of sanctuary next to the origin of evil. He took residence at this spot in order to pray, while all around him were scrolls of prayers and exorcisms, as well as the notes of a lifetime past combating demons. He was enclosed in this accursed tomb, and the entrance was sealed up by a holy cross. At the edges, objects feared by the darkness's supporters were placed. Thus, only men of goodness could pass through and open the door. By the grace of the power of our Lord, the evil consequently stopped. But a few years ago, greed brought men here. They broke the seal and liberated the evil, which killed them. No one lives here anymore, and the plague emanating from the tomb has not yet had a visible effect. But it will arrive if nothing is done. I am an old man, and an outcast in this Muslim society. And there have been Frenchmen and Englishmen. I have not been able to recreate the seal.
You claim that one of your predecessors had passed his life fighting demons and was interred in this tomb with prayers of exorcism and memories written on paper. This may possibly give hope to my young friend. I may possibly be able to recreate this seal if this gives me access to the tomb. It consists of the cross on the erect flagstone. Is that correct?
Indeed, its power is inoperative, since the objects found around the edges, as well as the sacred golden disc representing the sun, were removed. We must replace the objects at the ends of the arms of the cross and recover this disc. Also, we would have to perform a brief ceremony that is taught in my order. For that, however, it is necessary to possess some ancient cult artifacts that were stolen and that I thus no longer possess. Nevertheless, the authorities stopped these crooks and deposited the sacred loot in the Egyptian Museum. Here is a list of
Well, my friend, it would seem that things are not going well.
I can hide nothing from you, Effendi. It is because of my cousin Abdul, the seedsman. Abdul is also the cabinet maker, sausage maker, professor of ancient literature, and a tap dancer by night at the port.
He wishes you to do a duet with him and wants you to wear a feather dress, is that it?
No, he is angry with his wife because of their daughter. She was seen in the company of a stranger a few evenings ago while she was going to the well. Since then, she hasn't returned. Abdul's wife is worried about the girl, but Abdul doesn't want to hear speak of it as he's afraid that it will bring shame on his family.
And you are also worried, which explains...
Yes, she's a lovely young girl. But it is mostly because my wife is the cousin of Abdul's wife, and she told me that if I did nothing, she would smash everything I own, and I would no longer be welcome in the bedroom.
What does your niece look like?
A tall and beautiful young girl, with a great black sari. Say, you must consort with strangers. You could ferret out a bit of information, could you not?
I will do my best. Let us see if I cannot salvage some objects from the surroundings, which may be useful before returning to the cursed tent. Let us see if I cannot salvage some... this strange scale. I have no interest in going. Closed. 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 Let us see if I cannot salvage some objects from the
هل تحب
useless. Garlic. That could prove. Small, empty. Let us. Let us head to the museum.